everyone, my name's Tyler, aka Thrifts and Tangles. I wanted to sit down and share how to grow your following on Instagram so you can get that swipe up feature, you can hit 10,000, and you can just really cultivate a community that you are proud of and you can show up for and provide value to. So with that being said, let's get into the tips. So the first tip is to start posting niche specific giveaways, and don't fall for the trick of joining loop giveaways or follow for follow giveaways, or I don't even know, they have like major giveaways that you can buy into. I think they're called like hidden giveaways. Don't do those. Instead, do super niche specific giveaways that are providing products to your audience that are relevant to what they would care about. Basically, I would email the brand, say, hey, we want to do this giveaway. Can you provide products? And it would be niche down to sustainable, eco-friendly products. So the brand would send me the products, and then I would have a little photo shoot. We would do a little flat lay. We would take pictures of different products and we would send it back to the brand. We would provide them with a caption. In the caption, it would say, here are a list of products, and the products are blank, 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 blank. We would bullet point it out, and we would put the value of the giveaway. And then we would say, in order to enter this giveaway, you have to follow me. You have to follow this brand who provided product, this brand who provided product, this brand who provided product, and tag a friend for additional entries. So we would provide everything for the brand. The brand would just provide us with product, and we would take care of the post, the caption, and we would just send it to them to post on their page as well. And that was such a great way to grow a following that actually cared about our niche. The following didn't fall off because they really like that niche and they care about sustainable products. So they care about the posts we'd post because it was all about sustainability. So as long as you could get everyone on board to share on their pages and share on their Instagram stories or wherever you want them to share it, it's a great way for everyone involved to grow followers. My second tip is to really collaborate with other people in your niche. So collaboration is key. We are all in this together and we are all stronger together. So maybe DM someone who has a similar follower size to you. And if you're brave, you can even DM someone who has a way bigger following. There's a lot of amazing people in this space. And if you have a good content idea, DM that to someone, say, hey, would you like to be a part of this? And you may be surprised who says yes. But the point of collaborating is you build those relationships with the other influencers, which is always great. And having that community of influencers like amongst yourselves, like someone to talk to and like bounce ideas off of, and like someone who gets it is really valuable. But also you can leverage each other's audiences. So make sure you collaborate with someone who it makes sense. It like seems like a natural collaboration, because sometimes you will have those collaborations where the audiences really don't overlap and you won't see any new followers from it. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you enjoy making the content, that's always good too. And it doesn't hurt to try to reach other audiences, but definitely try to niche down in your collabs if possible. My next tip is to use hashtags. I usually use all 30 hashtags, but I like to use 10 location-based hashtags, 10 niche-specific hashtags, and 10 community-based hashtags. So for example, now that I'm in LA, I use LA blogger, LA model, Los Angeles blogger, Los Angeles influencer, like Pasadena model, like all the things based on where I'm located. And then for niche specific, use hashtags based on what's relevant to your niche. So you could use like natural hair, or like berry curly is a really popular one for curly girls. I use like thrift blogger, thrift influencer, but really like niche down and think of what people in your niche are using. You can look at other bloggers to see what they're using, what other hashtags, and don't steal all of their hashtags. What's even a better suggestion is to use the app Hashtag Expert to figure out which hashtags you should be using that are relevant to your niche. And if you don't know what niche is just like, what is your topic? Like, what do you talk about? Like, where is your little space on the internet? Like, what categories do you fall in? So that's your niche. So the next hashtag is community-based hashtags. So these are hashtags that people in your community would actually be looking for. Like for me, it could be like thrift hauls and stuff like that. Like that's what my community likes to see. So that's the hashtags I would use when it's relevant. Like don't use irrelevant hashtags, because those, I think Instagram knows that is irrelevant and won't show your post. So they have like really high-end technology, I guess, regarding that. And also community specific hashtags. Sometimes there's larger bloggers in the space who will use hashtags or create their own hashtag. And if you use that hashtag, you can get featured on their page. So definitely consider like using hashtags like that. My next tip is be involved in the community. So it's one thing to like post all this beautiful content and like just ghost the community, but that is not no one wants to react with someone or interact with someone who's not involved or not like giving love back. So just be sure to respond to the comments you get, respond to DMs, actually be involved in the community, follow other influencers in your community and comment on their posts, and just be involved, like people's stories, like just be social on social media. My next tip is to be consistent. So if that means you post once a week, once a month, like whatever it is, just be consistent so people know when to find you, when you'll show up. And if you really keep up with posting consistently, there is growth. My next tip is to create quality content. So you don't have to have the best camera. You could literally just use your cell phone, but make sure you have good lighting. Make sure that your photos are clear. Make sure that you have a nice background. Make sure whatever it is, just make sure you're making an overall good photo, but you don't have to have the fanciest camera equipment. Just use what you have and start creating content with that. And also make sure your content provides value, whether it's educational, entertaining, inspirational. Just make sure it's valuable of like somehow, some way, because you just want to give people a reason to like your content and come back for more and share your content as well. So make sure that you make quality content. My next tip is don't cheat. So don't sign up for loot giveaways, don't sign up for hidden giveaways, don't join comment pods, don't buy fake followers, because those are not authentic, those are not genuine. Numbers at the end of the day don't matter if they're fake. Like, what's the point of having a following of 10,000 people if they're all robots? You know, like what can you do with that? And it shows. Like, some people's goal to reach that number of 10,000 followers is to work with brands to make money, but brands have a way to tell that your followers are not real, and you don't want to be that person, because then you get a reputation and people in the industry talk, and you just don't do that. It's okay if you're growing slowly, but as long as you're being authentic and the followers are real and it's really is like one-on-one communication with another person and not a robot, that's really, cheating is never the answer. My next tip is to really nourish your following and maybe change your mindset about followers, because followers really is just a number. Like, just because you have followers doesn't mean you're necessarily making money, you know? So really focus on the community you have and just have the mindset that you want to show up for your community, provide value to your community. And if you do that, your community will be likely to share your content with others and hype you up to their friends. Be like, hey, did you follow this person? They share this kind of content. They always comment back to my stuff. They provide great value, and like, really word of mouth is the best way for any business to grow, or any I feel like influencer to grow. A lot of the people I follow, it's because a friend recommended them or whatever the case may be. So really don't focus on the numbers, but focus on the quality of followers you have and really give them all that you can, because they're the ones who are there. They're the ones who are showing up. They're the ones who actually care about what you're posting. My next tip is to create shareable and savable content. So right now, Instagram is loving like content that is educational, like little quick tips, like infographics, quotes, inspirational stuff, like easy things where it's like, oh, I want to save this for later and view this later. Like, this really brightened my day. Or something where it's like, oh, this is interesting, I need to share it with a friend. But when things get shared and saved, the algorithm apparently really likes it. But also, if your stuff gets shared to other people, it has a chance of going viral or just reaching a larger audience. So make sure you create content that would be shared to a friend. Like, someone from your audience would say, hey, this is amazing, let me send it to my brother. My next tip is to share your Instagram posts on Facebook and on Pinterest. So you can reach a certain number of people on Instagram, but if you get off the platform and start sharing your posts through Pinterest or through Facebook, you're reaching a whole nother audience who might not even be on Instagram. Sometimes the people might have an Instagram account, but they don't follow you on Instagram. They only follow you on Facebook, and you sharing that content, they'll see your post and they'll be like, oh, wow, they have an Instagram, and follow you from there. My last tip is to show up on Instagram stories. So it turns out a lot of people are watching Instagram stories more than they're actually swiping through their feed, or scrolling through their feed, I should say. So showing up on stories is a way to be more personable with your audience. For some reason, video is just an easier way to connect with people. Your personality shines out a little bit more. They can really see how you act and like get a sense of who you are, rather than just seeing a photo of you or reading a caption created by you. So I know sometimes like getting on stories and showing your face and talking and stuff is scary, but that is one of the best ways to really connect with your audience. And if you have that connection with your audience, they're more likely to share your post, or like I said, through word of mouth, mention you to a friend and say, hey, this person's really funny, or they're really quirky, or like, I love their style and I want you to follow them, or like, maybe you should check this page out. But really show your face on stories, show your personality a little bit. Even if you're shy and scared and timid, it's okay. You'll get more comfortable as time goes on, but that really is a great way to just build a deeper connection with your following, which will eventually lead to you growing your following. Okay, so those are my 10 tips on how to grow an Instagram following. If you feel like you might have missed the tip, or if I like sped through it, I'm not sure how fast I was talking, I have a blog post right here recapping everything I said, so you can click here to get that listed out. But I really hope this video was helpful. If you have any additional tips, leave them in the comments below. Any tips on how to grow your following, what's worked for you, what you've seen work for others. If you agree with any of the tips, like this video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing videos weekly from now on, so I'm going to be more consistent, and I just would like for you to subscribe. But with that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.